Like, I'm just supposed to sit here and look the other way, be okay with it, go on about my life, pretend like everything's normal. No.
It's LeahMouseVlog, LeahMouseVlog, it's LeahMouse's vlog.
Hey guys, we're in the sanctuary again because it's time for a deep thoughts talk. You okay? And I know that this has been a lot of my vlogs lately, but I find these types of vlogs to be a little more fulfilling than just carting the camera around with me while I'm making candles or whatever, you know. Yes, hello. You did paw thing on my knee. Am I not paying enough attention to you? I got other people to pay attention to, you know, this isn't just all about you. I think he's settled in just fine, so just know that he's there. He's there. So I had something that I wanted to talk about, and it's not how awesomely nice of a day it is right now, but that is definitely worth noting. I've got the window open, so if you can hear the breeze and stuff, that's, you know, where it's coming from. That's how air works. And I got this nice view of the big floofy tree right outside my window here. Yeah, that's my view while I'm talking to you guys. So, that's nice. I'm not too thrilled about Lawnmower Man over there across the street, but he'll be finished soon, I'm sure. So anyways, I had something on my mind because something kind of happened that didn't make me very happy. Whenever that happens, my brain starts to whirl in and I like evaluate life and, you know, my actions, the actions of others, and how everything affects everybody and whatnot. And I tend to get all deep inside my head, and I don't know, and then the stuff, it wants to come out, and you are the lucky recipient of said stuff. I don't have anything prepared as to how I'm gonna articulate this, and I'm going to just relay my thoughts on it based on a vague idea, because while I like to remark and comment and vent about certain goings-on, certain stuff that went down, I don't like to call anybody out or throw anyone under the bus or, you know, make a target out of my stuff. Like, this isn't about the people, this is about like just the idea, how I feel about it, blah, blah, blah. So I always try to be as vague as possible about the situation that like inspired this, while still conveying my thoughts appropriately. Or at least trying to. I don't know what's going on with my voice. It's kind of going for some reason. I don't know. And nobody freak out. This isn't about JJ. This has nothing to do with my relationship with my man. In fact, he was actually very supportive about this, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, nothing to do with him. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna rule out the one human being that I'm sure everyone would automatically assume that this is coming from, and that's the only human being I'm going to address, just because I don't want people to think that it was someone that it wasn't, and, you know, in a big part of my life. So it wasn't JJ. He had nothing to do with this other than being a super supportive, awesome person while I was going through this. So, and I'm still kind of going through it because I don't let go of stuff. I hold grudges. Okay, stop with this and get to the point. So I have this thing with lying, and by I have a thing with lying, I mean I don't do it. I don't like it when others do it. I hate it. I don't like the finding the loophole around a lie thing either. Legally, a lie by omission is a thing, which is when you don't lie necessarily, you just don't provide the truth, sort of like that. So just for example here, if I were to take Scrappy out for a walk, yes, I'm talking about you. If I were to take Scrappy out for a walk and something happened while we were out, like, I don't know, I stumbled over his leash or something and fell on him and broke his leg or something, and then I had to take him to the vet, you know, to get his leg fixed, and then I didn't tell JJ that happened, and just pretended like everything was fine and didn't mention it at all. Like for some reason it miraculously healed in the same day, so he wouldn't say, hey, what's up with my dog's leg? What the heck? Suspension of disbelief here just for the sake of this metaphor, okay? So say that happened. I mean, of course I, and any human being with a conscience, would immediately tell like, oh my gosh, this happened today, you know, his leg broke, you know, I had to take him to the vet, this is what happened. It might not be the most important thing to relay to your significant other or whoever else is involved or close to you or whatever, but like not telling them makes it seem shady. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I tell JJ that that happened, okay? And if I didn't, that would be a lie by omission. You're like, oh, did you take Scrappy out today? Yep, took him out. And don't elaborate on what actually went down, which there would be no reason to do, and that's why I find it odd when people do that, because it's like, by not offering forth a piece of information, there's something going on in your head that makes you want to withhold it. Otherwise, it's okay to say it. Like, there's, you know, nothing weird about saying it, you know what I mean? So that would be sort of an example of a lie by omission. And it's kind of messed up, and you understand the thought process behind that of like, why would anybody do that? Why would you not just say it? And if you don't just say it, there's obviously something going on there, and it projects the same feeling onto someone else, you know, if they find out about it, as if you had lied straight to their face because you didn't tell them something. So it makes them feel the same way as if you had lied, because there's no reason for you to not tell them. I hope that makes sense. I really struggle with trying to get across words sometimes. I do much better in text because I can look at it and analyze it and fix it and stuff, but the spoken word is not my strong point. Oh, the irony of having a YouTube channel and not being good at that. But I have Final Cut Pro on my side, so that's nice. So, long time ago, in a galaxy far away. I'm sorry. So a long time ago, I decided for myself that I was not gonna lie, and I wasn't gonna be a part of a lie, and I just won't do it. And I must have decided this, oh good God, I wanna say I was like 18, maybe 19 years old. I don't know, because like any rebellious teenager in America, or maybe anywhere else, but definitely America, I did some rebellious things that warranted little white lies to cover my tracks. You know, for example, like me and my friend Andrea, like, you know, we would lie to our parents, and I would say that I was staying at her house, and she would say that she was staying at my house, and then we would just kind of go out and do whatever. And, you know, it wasn't anything that bad. We just kind of drove around town and hung out at the 24-hour gas station. Real exciting stuff. So that was my life. But anyway, so, you know, just stuff like that. And I remember the feeling of those little lies. Like, I couldn't fully enjoy whatever it was that I was lying about or had lied about, because like the feeling of guilt or the stress of getting caught would kind of put a damper on it, you know, would really distract me from actually enjoying myself fully. And I never liked that. Like, I have like the worst guilty conscience in the world, and I feel awful even for the smallest things. Like, I did laundry yesterday, not thinking about if JJ would need his work stuff washed when he got home, because usually he does, but I was on a kick yesterday and I was doing all this laundry and I didn't even think about it because I'm an ass. And he came home and he was like, oh man, I really wanted to wash my work stuff. And I felt awful. I apologized like 4 times for doing the laundry, and I almost cried at one point because I felt so bad that I didn't think of that. And I was like, I'm sorry for doing the laundry. Like, it's so stupid, but that's how I am. I have an incredibly guilty conscience. If anything's bothering me, like, I can't keep anything inside, I can't do it. And I feel like it's because I told myself, you know, what, 20 years ago now, okay, about 20 years ago, that I wasn't gonna lie, that I was gonna be an honest person. And normally, actually honest people don't come forward and offer, I'm an honest person. Like, you know, if you have to tell somebody that, usually, you know, it's a lie, because you shouldn't have to say I'm an honest person. Like, people should just know you are, you know, through your actions and whatever, right? But for the sake of this video, and this is the topic on deck, I'm obviously putting this out here because this is the reality, right? So I'm like a ridiculously stupid, honest person, and I can't lie. Like I can't do it. I get like a weird little churny grunk in my gut if I'm presented in a position of lying. Like, and it grosses me out to be associated with a lie, like in the presence of a lie, in the vicinity of a lie. Like if JJ tells a little white lie, like the whole, oh, I can't come to work today because, you know, I was up all night throwing up, you know, because that's like a stock thing that people say, and I don't know why they continue to say it, because no one believes it. It's never true. It's stupid. Just say, I slept in late, I'm tired, and I don't feel like coming to work. Like, yeah, you'll probably get fired, but for some reason people always go to that I was throwing up all night thing, and it's so dumb. And, you know, that would make me uncomfortable because I hear someone lie, I know the truth, and then I feel like I'm an accessory to that lie. I know it's like not even a big deal, but like I feel gross about it. Like, it's just a thing. So yeah, that's how I am, okay? So I value honesty, obviously, in other people because of that, you know. And JJ, for example, is a very honest person. Like, ever since I met him, you know, he's been upfront with me. Like, sometimes he'll say things that, you know, you don't necessarily want to hear. But at the end of the day, I appreciate the honesty. I'm like, you know, I would rather just make a scrunch face real quick, process it, and then move on, than be happy and smiling in ignorant bliss over you just telling me what I want to hear and not actually telling me the truth about anything. I would rather cry over the truth than smile over a lie. 100% of the time, all day, every day. And that's the way I like it, and that's the way I want it to be. That's how I am with people, and that's how I want them to be with me. Unfortunately, not a lot of people are like that because they don't want to hurt people's feelings, or they're embarrassed about something, or they're ashamed about something, or they have something to hide, or otherwise, you know. And I suppose I can kind of understand that. I don't want to hurt people's feelings either. However, I can't allow myself to not be upfront if presented in, you know, some kind of situation where how I feel about something is being pulled out of me. Like, I won't lie about it, because first of all, when you do that, people get the wrong idea about you, about your personality, about the situation. And if they're asking you a question, they're asking you because they want the answer. That's what I always say. Just like, if I ever put on a dress and I feel like I look fat, and if I ask, hey, does this dress make me look fat? I'm not fishing for a freaking compliment. I legitimately want to know the answer. Like, I don't waste my time asking a question that I don't actually want the answer to. And if for some reason I look like a cow, I would like to hear that. Maybe not in such a brutal manner, but you know what I mean. So when somebody lies to me, somebody close to me, you know, or, well, anybody really, but especially somebody close to me, whom I always take care to be honest with and forward with, but you know, I also have their best interest at heart, but in so having their best interest at heart, in so doing, I refuse to lie to them, because nothing good comes from a lie. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't. And if there's something really bad that warrants a lie, you shouldn't have done that in the first place. So lying is just another wrong on top of a wrong. You know? Ethics are what we do when no one is watching. And that is a very strong personality trait that I appreciate too about people who don't change their story depending on what crowd they're around, or don't change their personality or what they like or what they talk about based on company and trying to placate people. There's probably a lot of people who really like me, like you guys, thanks. And there's probably a lot of people who don't like me, and I'm okay with that. I am so freaking okay with that. I don't need to be liked by everybody. I just want everyone to know who I actually am. That is what is important to me. And they can take it or leave it. Like, they can say, okay, I know who she is, you know, and I don't really like her. Like, fine, that's fine. I probably don't like them either, so it's okay. You know, and then if people are like, hey, you know, this is a cool person, like, I like this about her, like, you know, whatever, then that's awesome. They like me for who I really am. And you can't really ask for much more than that, you know? And that's a good feeling. Like when we're around, you know, people that JJ knows, like they'll recommend movies to me or situations or things, whatever. And I will have a very strong reaction one way or the other, whether I like it or dislike it or whatever. And I stick to it. You know, some people just agree and nod along just to, you know, again, just to placate people and like not hurt their feelings, not start an argument or whatever. I don't really care about that. Like, no, I don't want to start an argument. No, I don't want it to be a dramatic, stressful situation, you know, and I'd like it if people would respect the fact that I would say, no, I don't like that, and go, oh, okay, and move on, because that's what I would do, right? You know, you don't start an argument based on someone's interests or what they're into or what they're like or whatever. And I've had this conversation with JJ a few times. His friends will say like, oh, you should really watch this TV show. And he'll just be like, okay. And I'll look at him weird because I know darn well he has no interest in that TV show because we've talked about it. And now here I am wondering which one was true. Like the one you're saying to them or the one you said to me, you know? Like that's the thing. Like I don't like that. And this isn't like a personality flaw with JJ. I'm not saying anything bad about him because like a lot of people do that, you know, just to keep the peace and just keep things moving along. That's a social skill that I don't possess, which is probably why a lot of people don't like me, I would assume, because I'm blunt and I don't agree just to agree. I don't like to do it, because then if people say, oh, you'd really like this movie or like this TV show, and I've actually had this back and forth with some of you guys in the comments before, and I kind of feel bad because it's text, so it's harder than in person, because I'm afraid it'll come across as rude or something, but I assure you I don't mean it that way. This is just how I am, because it's very important to me for people to know who I am, legit, because if I agree, you know, if people are like, oh, Rob Zombie's Halloween, you know, you would love that. And if I just be like, oh yeah, okay, you know, sure, I'll watch it, that sounds good, sounds like something I would like. When in reality, I know damn well that's not something I would like, and now that I've seen it, I furthermore know damn well that it is not something that I would like or did like. Oh, that was an awful experience, I never want to see it again. Because if you give people a wrong idea about you in situations like that, they're gonna think that's who you are, and they're gonna run with that, and they're gonna get in their head that you like a certain thing or you are a certain way when you're actually not, and then they're not really gonna get to know who you really are, you know? It's a thing. My thoughts are like a runaway train right now, as, you know, being illustrated by the choo-choo in the background. But this is how it goes. When I get going, this is how it goes. So this is my stream of consciousness right now. You're welcome. So even about small things like that, I don't like to lie. And if that means someone saying, oh, you should really check out this TV show, I think you'll really like it. If I know a little bit about it, and I know that there's stuff in it that I won't like, then I'll just be upfront and I'll be like, no, I wouldn't like that. Thank you for suggesting it, but no, I would not like that. And that's probably bizarre because most people are probably more agreeable than that. But I don't want to invite a slew of suggestions based on someone's perception of who I am rather than who I actually am. Anyway, I got really off track here, but I mean, that was an important thing to add to this, I think. It was an important thing to say, and it is how I feel. So, so that just kind of covers how honest of a person I am, and I try to be, and that's how I am. So I get hurt. I get very hurt. I get very upset when I'm lied to, even just a little bit. Or if there's a lie by omission. If I am not told something that I don't know why someone wouldn't tell me something, or even if I do, if I know, if I can actually understand why someone didn't tell me something, that almost makes it worse, because that means they intentionally kept it from me for a reason, and I know what that reason is, and that hurts me more. Does that make sense? I was upset pretty bad yesterday. I'm still kind of upset. I don't know if I'm gonna not be upset about this for a little while yet, and I really wish I could elaborate, but again, I don't like to involve specific people. That's not the point of this. But the fact that this happened And there really didn't seem to be much remorse, if any, on the other end. Really, really just hurt me even more. Like, they knew what they were doing. They made a conscious decision not to tell me something that, yes, would have pissed me off. But I'm even more pissed off that they did it anyway and specifically kept it from me and then showed little to no remorse about it. And I got lied to my face on top of it, because I did find out. Instead of calling them out and confronting them, I gave them the opportunity to tell me first. In a very, I obviously already know this and I'm giving you a chance to fess up before I call you out kind of way. You know, in the, is there anything you want to tell me? Kind of thing. And they lied to me about it like 3 times in a row while I was sitting there knowing the truth. So just kind of all those things bundled together just really hurt, you know? It really, really hurt. And I didn't appreciate it. And it was very out of character for them. That's the other thing that bothers me. And I don't really know what to do with it. I don't know how to process this. I don't usually tolerate stuff like that. And by not tolerate it, I mean, you got a black mark in the book now. And I feel differently about you. So I'm probably gonna fade to black now, you know. But I'm also, I try to be as compassionate as I can and sensitive, and I do try to see things from other people's perspectives, and that keeps me from being super cutthroat and cold about it, even though I don't understand how it wasn't apparent how hurt I was, or why even when I gave the opportunity to be upfront with me, the person didn't take it. If they would have taken it and fessed up right then and there, I would have given them much more credit, much more respect, and it would have gone differently. So I don't quite know what to do with this. And I know that was a whole 25 minutes of this is what we were getting to, right? But I mean, this is why it affected me so badly. Because I would never do that. And I'm so confused. And it kind of just gave me that sinking, I thought I knew this person and they just yanked the rug out from under me on that. It's a very upsetting feeling, like kind of physically too, you know? It's not just about, oh, this is about me, this is about how hurt and betrayed I feel. It's like, I thought I knew you, and this is very weird, and now I'm questioning everything, and I'm sad. I'm sad about it for so many different reasons. I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. I know that my own advice to someone else going through this would be like, talk to them, you know, just freaking talk to them. It's not as simple as that. It's not, because what is talking to someone gonna do when they went through like 5 stages of being deceitful if they don't even acknowledge it at the end and they just kind of brush it off and they're like, oh, you know, and you get nothing. You got that whole situation with the deceit, the keeping it from you, lying to your face, and no remorse, and this is out of character. Like, what is talking to them really gonna do? Given all those factors. Like, I'm just supposed to sit here and look the other way, be okay with it, go on about my life, pretend like everything's normal. No. I was very disrupted by this. And I'm just really hurt, and I don't know what to do. I just don't really know what to do. I'm not trying to look for advice or pity even or anything. This is just the thing. This is the vlogging thing. It's therapeutic for me to get it out. Also, I like sharing stuff with you guys, and I like you guys to know what's going on inside my head, not just inside my kitchen. And I don't know if there's an update on the situation, you know, I'll tell you. But I don't know. I'm stuck, guys. I don't know how to feel about it. Well, I know how I feel about it, but I don't know how to feel about it going forward. You know, it kind of sucks. It really sucks, and it kind of affects things on a greater scale too. Like, there's a ripple effect attached to this thing. It wasn't just like a one shot, dead and gone, clean through the heart, you know, no exit wound, this is where it stops thing. Like, there's a ripple effect involved in this. I don't know if this person realizes that. I don't know. And my thing is too, I don't like to make people feel bad. Like, if they do something bad or dishonest or wrong or hurtful or whatever, I'd like it if they would get around to realizing it themselves, come to me. I don't want to be in the position of getting on someone's ass for how they made me feel. Because if they don't realize it themselves, there's nothing I can do. And like begging for someone to see it from your perspective, it doesn't have quite the same result, does it? You know, it's like when your boyfriend buys you flowers because he wants to, versus you telling your boyfriend to buy you flowers and then he does. The end result is the same, but the whole feeling behind it is 100% different. Totally different. That's what this is. Like, I don't want to have to be the one to come at someone and explain myself in this way and then have them see it, because they should see it already. Like, they should. Like, I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of in a ramble loop here, but like, I'm legitimately taken aback and confused and hurt and on some weird little island all by myself right now with this. It's very weird. I don't know. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I hope you're doing well. Sheena just celebrated her 33rd birthday, and apparently it didn't go very well the last time she mentioned it. So everybody tell Sheena, you know, happy freaking birthday. Welcome to year 33. It's a good year, you know, it's palindrome. Can you even make palindromes out of numbers? Does that count? Yeah, sure, why not? 3-3. So anyway, happy birthday, Sheena. I'm sorry that it wasn't so great. Hopefully it got better, and hopefully, you know, you can be happier going into your 33rd year, and I like you, if that matters. So the phrase of today, for the comments section, this is kind of fun. I'm actually really enjoying this. The phrase today for the comments section is oh, my mind is blank. I'm not clever today. I am in such a state of emotional turmoil that I'm not clever. The clever is just gone right out the window with the nice breeze, and into that tree, there it is. I think that squirrel's got it in its mouth and he's taking it up to some random nest. So kiss my cleverness goodbye, because it's with a squirrel in a tree there. I guess that's proof that I'm a nut. Anyway, okay, so the comment phrase for today is Augustus Gloop is an nincompoop. I don't know where that came from, but I said it, so now it's stuck. So that's the phrase, apparently, today. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you all are doing well. Leave me your thoughts, opinions. If you want to weigh in, go for it. You know, maybe somebody will say something that didn't occur to me, and that would be nice. So I love you guys, take care, and as always, watch out for the sheep. Okay, bye.